Am I missing anything? Stream chats being streamed on both platforms. PNG Super is set up. Okay. I think that's everything. We are no longer making a video. We are starting game dev. Okay. This this thing. This thing. Just get this pop out and stop advertising. It properties, height. Dang it. Oh well, dang it. Okay. No. Alright, so first thing, I need to check what branch I'm on because I don't remember. About the video for yesterday that I was working on. It is done, finally. I'm in, okay. So let me start actually working on CPU. Puzzle text. Okay, open the project. In folders, enemies, targets, non-moving, CPU. And in this folder, new script that extends or inherits something. Entity base, probably. So, what do we want in here? We have some basic data. So let's make a new scene. Okay. Entity base, make this the root scene. Delete this node. Let's add gravity, which right now doesn't need an input manager. Mm, and for now, I'm just going to throw them in testing, I believe. Instantiate CPU1 2D. Go here, give it a collision speed. I'll give this one a rectangle in this shape. And it's minuscule, or just not saved. Yeah, it's tiny. Wonderful, just wonderful. Even though it's tiny, just size it up by a lot. It should be fine, right? There you go. Now it's around reasonable. It's a similar size. Um, Additionally, I do want it to be below this thing's stuff. Um, just move it over here. Yeah, I need to get behavior working, not other stuff. Okay, debug color, gray, for collision, rename. Okay. Let me add an attack manager to this thing. And then let's add a simple attack. And I'll add the hurt box. Hitbox. Okay. Those things are defined. So that's now there. Frame 5 times at least. Just to be something. Slash. Okay, and then so that should be the basic setup for the CPU. It's not going to have an input manager, so let's just see if this runs like at all. Okay. So first off, this needs data. just any data. Second off, stun manager. Yep. Okay. Sprite. Is this just like unused? Okay, so it is used. Add a sprite. Add child node. Add the just update get icon again. Yeah. Then run again. Is stun manager did not have either of these things assigned. Sprite host enabled player animation tool did not put that in. Anything else? Thing to animate. Run. Okay. Manager. Then health component. Child node health. Okay, here. It loaded. Wonderful. Let me set its collision to be something reasonable. Collision. Mask 1. Player. Ball ground. Player. It moves around and can be stepped on, causing unwanted behavior. Okay. That's mainly because its collision is so big. That's a different later problem. Need to get a CPU fundamentally working of some kind. So let's add that scale component. Child node scale G. Okay, I run it. Does everything break? So far, no. Seems like everything's going okay. This is base character. This is CPU. So I'm gonna put a folder. Add that child node standard folder. So we have something in the world that has an attack attached to it. I don't believe it can be hit right now. Okay, guys. Then I need to give it some behavior of some kind. So let me add a child node reqests. 2D, go, aim the array over here. And change its origin as well. A little outside the attack. Collision mask. Hitbox, hurtbox. Enable and exclude parent. Okay. So then this has a signal. I think it doesn't have a really? Really? That's insane. Okay, let's open the documentation and see what the method is then. Exclude from parent, increment site, add exceptions. Nice. That's good. If it's colliding. Okay. If it's colliding. Okay, now I need to figure out where it should be placed and what makes the most sense for it to be placed at a specific point. Let's see. Do I make it do the full combo regardless? Do I make it do the combo up until it can't hit the combo anymore? Or it tries to hit the combo? Do I make it do the combo plus one move? I don't even have attacking behavior yet, so let's start with that then. So if I export from the attack manager to the raycast, we're going to have a problem that it would be expecting it from the player. I could do a check for it, or I could make a separate player attack manager and an AI attack manager. The input manager is the thing that actually manages it, so let's have some kind of node that's just like the thing that IAI. So let's just node, rename this to IAI, add a script to it. Script, intentional artificial intelligence, extends node Then this has the exports for whatever we need. At export array add element, assign this request. I'd also want reference to the attack manager. Takes an attack manager. And then in func, we're ready just to use that. What do we have access to? Attack manager dot. Clear. We've got probably start attack and start animation. Continue. We have reset values. Does that reset and stop the attack? How do I cancel an attack actually? I set his attacking default. Okay. Cool. And then let's do if raise dot for ray in raise dot okay tab if ray. I pressed all caps instead of tabs, so for ray if ray dot is colliding, then the attack manager dot start attack, and then I need an attack. I don't have like attack 1, attack 2, or attack 3, etc. like that. But let's start with attack manager dot light kick. Right? Yes, okay. Okay. And then make this process because I just needed something that would let me work with it. Underscore delta because I'm not using that. There's no hit sound effect, so let's add that, I guess. Okay. That surprised me when I jumped. Surprisingly. I didn't expect it to jump me to the left, but yeah, okay. So, when it's colliding, it's starting the attack every single frame. And then on, like, strange partial frames. It's not. What the heck have I done? I have somehow broken. Oh, okay, that is a game-breaking crash. Or a game-breaking problem. Oh wait, no, stun is set to an error value. That makes sense. Like 5. Basic block stun duration. 7. This 10. I don't know. The 0, 0, 0 just to do it. 0 hit stop frames, damage 100. Hit type mid. Or stun override no. So I still can't interact with this. Why? I should stop being stunned quite a bit of time afterwards, no? Oh wait, I'm stunned with something like the hard knockdown that eventually get out. Okay, why is that stun so long? Uh, oh, it just says 300. Never mind. 30. I meant like 30, not 300. Yeah, that's more like it. We ain't stunning for 300 frames, man. Okay. Um, excellent. Okay. So that is the worst type of I could possibly make in the shortest amount of time. And it's not good. Okay, let's check if we are attacking here. That is so English. A lot better. Let's give it actual stun. Um, 40. I suspect we'll be hit into it. No? Okay. Ooh. It's so fast. Okay. I guess that's something. How do I make it stop? Hmm. I could give it a universal combo wait time or something. At export min time between attacks underscore Underscore frames. Export var timer frame timer, and then add a frame timer. Child node frame timer. I could turn this into a node 2D actually. Here's this. Here's this. Then that allows me to put the reqest here. Minimum time between attacks and frames. Additionally, let me add 2 more sets of frames and move this one after this one. Change this to repeat like 30 times. This one to repeat also 30 times. 6 names. Because I want that. So it will take a full second between attacks. Huh? Sorry, I need to reassign everything. Element. First, let's see how this solution is updated. Yeah, you can walk out of that after getting hit. Okay, so that's something. Now, in the very obscure case of I want to take these attacks and give them to the players, uh, I think it would be really neat if I could do that. So I'd like to have a different type of thing. So let's do if timer dot is stopped, and then let's have something to just like start the timer. Else timer dot start frame timer median time between attack frames. So if we are not attacking and the timer is stopped, okay, if the timer starts, so the timer will start even if there isn't anything in my way. So How do I make this start not every single time this timer just runs through it? Because then that would mean the attack timing is inconsistent. Um, Before? Okay. If colon add this timer dot stop only if something's colliding. And then tab else save, run it. So now it's just auto attacking, which is not what I want. If ray is colliding and timer is stopped, start the timer. What is it colliding with? I'm sorry? Ray in rays, if any ray is colliding and the timer stopped, start the timer. Otherwise, start the attack. Also if ray is colliding. No auto attack, okay. I collide. Well, we're starting the timer. Cool. Okay. And equals 60 at the default range from 1 to 99999. Never mind. Func underscore ready. See if this is less than 1 or less than or equal to 0, colon, push error quotation mark is 0 or less must be positive int. Can I underscore constant or export range minimum 1, -1 for error, or actually 0 in this case can work. And then like int.max. Godot max int. That's one way to do it, I guess. 64-bit number. Okay. Save that. So that's the minimum value when they see something in front of them. Mm. How do I actually make it follow the player a decent distance at least? Mm. Additionally, how does the collision box work? How does this work against this? I, I am totally confused. Why is this not considered? Oh, because it's from behind it. Okay. Okay. Collide with areas, bodies, transform target position, exclude parent enabled target position. Hit from inside. Perfect. So now it does hit from inside. Okay. That's great to know. Ready. Ray dot from inside equals true. Need to check what people are calling. Okay, what's the next main behavior that I should, this should be its own function, func underscore, or func, what do I call this? Okay, no arguments, just this. Okay, process, I'm gonna just call it into attack. Okay, then I need a function for moving. Func idle behavior. Since it's a character body, we can just set the velocity. Um, I'll pass a behavior. I don't know what type it would be. It might be its own resource. Okay, and we'll call this. Okay. So let's just get walking back and forth. Um, walk left, walk right. So 300 frames, just 5 seconds. With that scale, then we set velocity, or host velocity. It doesn't have access to host. Velocity.x, and then and that we need the scale. So if timer dot is stopped, tab timer dot start frame timer with walk time scale component dot set scale yeah, back just set scale and to right. I need a vector to bracket 1, comma 1. I have a suspicion that this could work, but I have also a suspicion that it won't work. It didn't work. Set scale, start timer, host dot velocity equals walk velocity. Okay, so why is it literally not moving? I'm impatient, aren't I? Okay, still not working. I can't set its velocity? How? Mm. And I suspect that... Okay, so then in here, extend cpu1.gd, save, run it. Okay, let's just extend the physics process. Make it do nothing. Hold on, we can slide at least. Now? Excellent. There we go. Okay. So that's one thing to force it to do. Hmm. I'm gonna make this export entity based and then just go self here. I think that's fine, yeah. Okay. CPU base. Overwrite that script. Wait, no, this is IAI, so where's IAI? I think this doesn't need to exist anymore, because it's not really used. So this is now this is now this, same thing. I'll rename this to folder 2. Then I'll just add and do all the same things that I had done before. That physics process isn't being called. What's the difference between move and slide and move and glide? One of them is apparent, the other one is... Alright, one of them is from apparent. Okay. I did it. Run this again. It moves to me. Cool. Then I want it to do this. Nope, doesn't turn around. Self dot scale times vector to bracket -1, 1, right? If it stopped, set the scale to its own scale, and then change the x1 by multiplying it by -1. Then start the timer, walk a bit, walk, and then, what else? Is that all it's going to do? No, YouTube chat is not supposed to be on the screen. This one, there we go. Okay. So it's not flipping at all, which is kind of upsetting. I'm starting the timer, so why is it not? Velocity times velocity x, and I want the sign of that. So if this is a positive number and this is a positive number, it stays the same. If it's negative, positive, no, okay, so if it's a positive number, it stays the same. If it's a negative number, it stays the same. I think just times -1 is fine. Walk velocity is a constant, not actually changing, so this would have to be dot x times 1. Ready, set the velocity. This is bad, but hopefully it gets the flipping to work. It is, but it's not flipping the reqest, which is set here. Why is this not flipping? Okay. Let's see what this means then in 2D with a large walk time. stops. So that way I would assume it's going the correct direction. Then when we eventually get to 3000 frames, it should turn around. If the timer stopped, then it's not starting again. Because the velocity isn't set. This was a bug. This was just a temp fix. That's not how it works. If the timer is stopped, start it. Set the initial velocity. Actually, if velocity equals 0, and change from 3000 to 300. Does it ever turn around? Freak, a corner? Really? Ah. So it'll start walking. It'll turn around as well. So that's still on the same side. Why is that still on this side? Yeah, I was expecting that to flip as well. So I'm surprised it didn't. Yeah, what are you actually supposed to flip? The node to flip would make sense is a 2D folder. Put the attack manager under it, and put the IAI under it. Then scale that. Does that mean it actually ends up hitting, trying to kill me now, or no? No? There. It's coming this way. Still on this side. Which is not what I want. Okay, this is, uh, maybe the idle behavior part is the hard part, and I should just figure out how to make a combo. Stop limiting this. comment. Okay. Okay, let me make a second attack. Rename, add node. No, not add node. Attack. Attack button. Rename this to /2. Again, same attack sound is simply something. Hitbox, hurtbox. These should be on this frame. The shapes. Okay, 2D. Save that. When does this active for? Yeah, that's reasonable. Okay, fix the name. Then add to down left light kick. Down, down left, down right, down left, down right, back, forward, up, left, up, right. Okay. If I go to here, let me make an array. Call it, it's an array of ints. And then I would go with, wait, combo attack moves have a thing that takes attack pad, and so that would be a dictionary. Okay, never mind. Yeah, so this makes more sense to me. CPU1. What? close, discard it. CPU1 doesn't need to exist because we have the IAI. The scene does need to exist. IAI. Dictionary attack pad also needs to exist, so attack this thing. Let's take a look at the input manager, I believe. That has this thing. I'm going to total comment on this because I remember that this is not used. So this is the other version, 4T in this single input check. So we do an input check. Is the input check thing that makes sense or no? For in our IAI, I would probably check if it's hit and if it's a combo attack. So then, when to attack. Okay, so then else colon if combo attacks dot dictionary, no, if attack manager dot has hit the dot current attack. Colon. How do I increment this? Um, maybe I just have an array that's just integers, and then each index is an attack. If current attack dot has hit combo 1, it would be an index of some sort. Let's do the error check first. Combo. So if combo attacks dot size equals combo attacks dot current attack. I don't need this. Make the combo, yeah. I'll make its ability to combo first, because that is something I'm more familiar with. That's what I'm doing. Oops. Why are you giving me an error? Did nothing, I guess. And then else should be plus equals 1, and this would be at the end, I would assume. Then it would just be combo 1 attacks with the index number. Start attack manager dot start attack like this. That seems really simple, and it might be really good. It might not work. And I don't like that it doesn't use the move list. But hey, that's something. And this should just cancel it into it, right? Yeah, I didn't do that. It's supposed to be 1,000 in distance, not time. Okay, so it's not doing it consistently, which is the thing. It came out on the second attempt, right? Okay, then. If I change this from current attack, the attack manager's current attack, to the actual attack, Combo attacks one dot, not just in the first index. Then it should be only after that first attack comes out, the second one comes out. There is no delay in between anything, which is kind of annoying. Hmm. Now, how do I wait for the recovery? And uh, this value dot 10 combo, right? And let's set that 10 combo timer to frame his combo attack, combo stuff. We don't need that. Right? Has hit and can combo. What if I just use this? Hmm. It has to be a dictionary for the key. So okay, let's start this on frame 40 and end it on frame 50. It's probably just going to come out on 40 then. 10 combo is the value we want, not just combo attack. Mm-hmm. So now they I think it shouldn't hit me instantly. Okay. Press the button until they get hit. Okay. So based on my calculations, I should be hit in about so this is 32. I should be hit on frame 40. So just count 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I forgot how many frames the other attack has for starting. It has 11 frames to start up. So it did cancel into the new attack and then started up on its other attack. Cool. Okay, so that means it can combo. The attacks are already a fully built system with the ability to animate, so if I want it to do like an auto combo, it can, and it will always do it 100% consistent off of the combo if it hits. So if it hits you, it can do a full combo guaranteed. Especially if the hitboxes are designed in a way to be uh, guaranteed to hit if the first one hits. If you want to add drops based on spacing of the attack, so if you're hit out like at the edge of the attack and it can't combo, then that's also an option. Yeah, I like this current progress so far. Okay. Um. Okay. So the next thing would be behaviors. Let me see what AI thinks of this code so far. Projects, fightvaina, GitHub. Okay. Root list reformatting is always just whatever. Okay. Okay. This is a new function I'm working on. Or new CPU enemy I'm working on. Or this is the first CPU enemy I'm working on and there is some stuff unused like the working on right now it has no behavior and is just set up to hit combos. What does it think? And it didn't have thinking again on. Can you think about how it fits with the existing code base, especially attack manager and attack as those two um, using the combo hit, the combo attack property really makes those first point instead not be a problem. It needs to think about the problem. Oh yeah, okay, that makes a ton of sense. And then this should be set to 0. And increment the next attack. So start at 0. If the 0th attack has hit and can combo, increment, start the next attack. Okay. See. Fixed. Fixed in this. Now, what should I do? Now, if I want to set up different combos, I would have different things. Now, I'm a bit concerned that I'm not using existing code from move list anywhere in here, as that would normally store all the attacks on the player, except for combo attacks. Except for follow ups that would be considered combo attacks. How do other people program combos in their AI? if I did use move list, how would I set it up to be used by the AI, or is there a way to separate the scripts of attack manager and move list so it doesn't feel like I'm wasting code and stuff? Would reversing what is extended work? Mm, why did I put it as attack manager.likeIt in here? Yeah, I suspect that would change. Mm, I I have this extremely large and complicated variable management system, and then for AI, it's really, really simple. Uh, uh, it feels wasteful, but I really think I should be okay with that. This doesn't use move list at all, and you should be okay with that. That. Yeah. Um, okay, how could I rewrite that I'm not uh, to... I can do that myself. I just need to think a little. Um, oh my gosh, it's so easy. Okay. Um, then I guess I need a array of this. Then one to attack would take this, place it here. This goes to this, 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 this. Um, made an edit to make it reusable. Um, can I do to have me to have as many combos as I would like, um, without infinite export. I think a nested array is probably like one solution, but I want to see what other solutions it has. Mm. If it's a resource, how does it reference the attack that are nodes? Hmm. Yeah, so basically, it would just be the thing. Okay, that's some stuff to discuss. I should watch videos on making like AI, or sorry, not AI, CPUs, uh, or intentional artificial intelligence, because this is intentional code that has a very specific way of working. Um, is this the best way, in my opinion, for this, or no? What is it? So, it tries to attack when the enemy is close by, for, just for whatever rate is in front of them. Then it attacks without any other condition check. This would be the probably weakest and simplest AI. Okay, what other condition checks would make sense? And can you list them all if possible. Okay. Interesting. What would the collider give me, actually? Cast could cast entity based for the opponent's state, and oh my goodness, that's a lot. Okay, Okay, and then if I want a small code to set block off of heavy kick, what would that look like? Can you code it? This is just something that's probably quick. Just check if it's blocking and just set the blocking. Not what I was asking. I need to make that code. What would be the best script for that? I need to code a player input to set block because I don't have one yet. What script would be the best place for a player to block from? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is just a simple equals thing, I guess. Mm. Another thing I do want to work on is a lock on thing. Um, I may want to code a lock on thing that is common in 3D games. Um, because I don't like holding back to block. and I would use a block button. What would be the flow diagram for a lock on system? Actually, I should maybe ask for more flow diagrams from the AI more of the time. Not exactly the right flow diagram. It was locked on is blocking equals true. We'll fall back to hold back block, but no. Okay. This makes sense. I should have more flow diagrams. Can you make a flow diagram of my player then? As is. This is probably going to abuse my fully chat resources now. It thinks it has an idea. I kind of want to see what it ends up making. Because the player is a really complicated system. Visualizing it as it currently is would maybe make things easier for the future. And if I don't have to make the full flow diagram, then maybe this will help a lot. It's thinking for a while. Did it increase what it has here? No. Sag. This might be a helpful graphic as well that I could use for a video, maybe, in the future, if I ever end up getting there. But yeah. I think it's just stuck. Try again. Fought for 2 minutes and 57 seconds. It might have just got stuck. Maybe I should just leave it to think for a long, long time. Because it won't let me see what it's thinking. I want to see what it's thinking, man. That's not cool. Anyways, do I code the block now, or do I code that in after I have a lock-on system? Because I also don't know what to do with the block yet. Like, do I actually want the block to block both sides? Do I want it to block uh, from... Do I want it to block from both sides? Do I want it to block from one side so that cross-ups are still viable? And that you have to decide on blocking by using a distance or, or something. What would make sense for blocking? I have to visualize this stuff because I could draw it actually. New presets, something big, create, just anything, painting, brush. So let's say I'm blocking, and then this is my character. Eh, eh. Okay. Something comes at me from this direction. Right now, blocking works where I have to pay attention to where this is actually positioned. So the node position center, which actually can I draw with, yes, this would be the position center of the thing. I want to lasso. If, come on, if this comes at me like this, I would have to be facing right and block. But if, let's say, I were to fall on this, it's ambiguous here. If it's like here, I would have to face the other direction. What I am concerned by is single character cross-ups that are unblockable, where they put a fireball here, and then they jump over you, and then attack you from here. I am very concerned about attacks from both sides at the same time. And also cross-ups would be extra strong if there's no lock-on system. But if we block both sides, the next thing would be, okay, can they set up a low and a high at the same time? Which is easier to work around. Because if they do low and a high, you just have very few attacks with low and highs. Oh, is it done? Wow. That's just upsetting. My player is too complicated for even artificial intelligence to make a flow diagram out of. Wow. Okay. What's another thing that I could do that's like... So parry is a thing that exists. Push block is a thing that exists, or like extra pushback on block. Grabs exist as well. Grabs beat basically everything except strike. Strike beats throw, throw beats block, block beats strike. That's the rock, paper, scissors in the game. If we have block both sides on a button press, it is stronger and prevents cross-ups entirely. If it's on a block button plus direction, and the default direction is facing the direction of your opponent, then sure. Which, 3D games do that, don't they? Like Dark Souls and etc. If you're literally attacking, if you're blocking someone in front of you, and they get attacked from behind you, well, screw you, you're not blocking from behind you, get hit. Ooh. That's a normal thing then. Um, Ooh, an interesting design choice that could also be interesting is what if it blocks high and low guaranteed, but you have to do a cross up to actually mix them up? Where is my balance decisions stuff? Ideas for characters and their abilities. Balance decisions. Block blocks low and high. So cross ups are required. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna call it there in the stream. I need to watch a video or two on making AI. But yeah. Alright, bye bye. Here is OBS.